Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're tackling a universal chore that honestly nobody loves: paying the water bill. Did you know the average household literally spends over 12 hours a year just sorting, writing, and mailing physical bills? I mean, that's half a day gone. So if you've been wasting your precious time hunting for envelopes, buying stamps, or just stressing over whether the mail is delayed, you are definitely in the right place. Today, we're focusing on exactly how to set up and execute your water bill payments online in Mesquite. Taking a digital-first approach to your utilities doesn't just save you a trip to the post office, it secures your peace of mind and, seriously, saves you significant time every single month.
Here's our agenda for this explainer. We'll start with why making this digital switch matters so much. Then we'll clarify a huge geographical distinction: Texas versus Nevada. After that, we'll walk you step by step through the Texas Mesquite Pay system, followed by the Nevada Cassell system. And finally, we'll cover troubleshooting, alternative payment methods, and wrap the whole thing up with some key takeaways.
Okay, Section 1. Why pay online? It might seem super obvious, but let's really look at the friction caused by manual payments. Ask yourself this: are you tired of writing checks and risking late fees or disconnections? Because when you mail a paper check, it basically enters a black box. You have no idea when it'll be delivered, when it'll be opened, or when the funds will actually clear your bank account. And, that uncertainty breeds a lot of anxiety, especially when you're dealing with a service as absolutely essential as your running water.
Plus, there is a very real financial cost to that uncertainty. If your payment is late and results in a disconnection in Mesquite, Texas, you're looking at a mandatory $35 reconnection fee. That breaks down into a $25 fee and a $10 deposit. Over in Mesquite, Nevada, a delinquent bill slaps you with a flat late charge of 10% of your outstanding balance. Paying efficiently online? Well, that eliminates these risks entirely by giving you instant, undeniable confirmation.
All right, moving on to Section 2. Which Mesquite are you?
Now, before you even open a web browser, we absolutely have to address the single most common pitfall. There are two very distinct municipal systems out there utilizing the name Mesquite, and locking into the wrong one is going to leave you endlessly frustrated. If you live in Texas, your water is managed directly by the municipal government, the City of Mesquite Utility Billing Office. But if you're in Nevada, your water is governed by an entirely independent political subdivision called the Virgin Valley Water District, or VVWD for short. They use completely different billing platforms, have totally different policies, and require different info to get started. Let's jump right into Section 3, Mesquite, Texas, the Mesquite Pay Guy. So let's talk directly to our Texas residents for a minute. The city uses a payment gateway called Mesquite Pay, which happens to be hosted by a company called Tyler Technologies. Now, the absolutely crucial point here is getting your registration credentials right. To set up your account on the portal, you need to grab a physical or digital copy of your monthly statement. Look right up in the top right-hand corner. You're going to see a 15-digit string of numbers with a dash right in the middle. When the system asks for your account number, you must enter only the first 9 digits. Then, when it asks for your customer ID, you enter the 6 digits that follow that dash. It's like a giant puzzle that this is exactly how you link your identity to your municipal utility record. And once you're securely in the system, you have an amazing array of modern payment options. The Texas portal goes way beyond just, typing in a credit card number. You can use Visa, MasterCard, Discover, or American Express. But even better, they support digital wallets natively. So you can check out using Apple Pay, Google Pay, PayPal, Venmo, or, of course, just use a traditional e-check directly from your bank account. So how does this factor into the cost structure? Well, Texas utilizes a flat fee model for these electronic conveniences. The city essentially passes the payment processing costs directly to the consumer via a flat $3.75 convenience fee per electronic transaction. So whether you decide to use Venmo or a Visa card, that fee remains exactly the same, a flat $3.75 for utility accounts. Timing is also really critical for you Texas users. The system has a strict 7 p.m. cutoff time. If you hit submit on your payment before 7 p.m., it'll post to your utility account on the very next business day. However, if you make a payment after 7 p.m., you really need to expect that it will take a full 48 hours to process. You definitely want to keep this in mind if you're ever bumping right up against a disconnection deadline. All right, Section 4, Mesquite, Nevada, the Cassell Guide. Let's shift our focus over to Nevada residents who are dealing with the Virgin Valley Water District. Your online billing is managed through a completely different, specialized third-party application, so you're going to navigate to the Cassell Community Connect portal.
The registration process here has a very distinct linkage requirement compared to Texas. Instead of a customer ID number, the Cassell system requires your account number paired with your registered last name. Once you've successfully linked those two, you just navigate to the Wallet tab on the left-hand side to securely add your preferred payment method. Or, even better, just follow the prompts to enroll in AutoPay so you literally never have to think about it again.
Now, when it comes to fees in Nevada, it's actually a dynamic structure. Unlike Texas's flat $3.75, Nevada's convenience fees are calculated and disclosed dynamically at checkout. This is based on the specific clearing institution of the card you're using. Oh, and definitely mark your calendars. For VVWD customers, all bills are strictly due and payable on or before the 15th day of every single month.
Moving on to Section 5, Troubleshooting and Alternate Methods. Let's bring both our Texas and Nevada groups back together for a second. Look, technology is fantastic when it works, right? But what happens when you face a tech issue, forget a login, or heaven forbid, have a sudden water emergency? Let's address a few common hurdles. First up, there is a massive point of confusion in Texas regarding mobile apps. The city of Mesquite, Texas, actually has 2 different apps, and they do not overlap at all. The My Mesquite app is purely a civic engagement tool. It's strictly for reporting code issues, tracking street repairs, and reporting potholes. You literally cannot pay a bill there. If you want to view and pay your water bill on your phone, you absolutely must download the specific app called Mesquite Utility Mobile. Getting this right off the bat will save you a ton of frustration. Now, what if the online portals are temporarily down, or you just prefer to pay with cash or a physical check in person? Well, both regions have approved third-party physical drop-off locations. In Texas, you can head over to Walmart Bill Pay or Fidelity Express locations. Over in Nevada, you also have Walmart plus America First Credit Union, Reliance Connects, and the Overton Power District. Just a quick heads up though, the Nevada locations require a check or money order and will not accept cash. Another super common troubleshooting issue involves unexpected water leaks that suddenly cause your bill to skyrocket. Now, the 2 districts handle financial forgiveness very differently, and this is important. In Texas, they actually do permit leak adjustments after you've made the repair, provided you submit an official form. Nevada's policy, however, is much stricter. The Virgin Valley Water District states very clearly that they will not forgive any portion of a bill due to leaks. You are responsible for every drop of water passing through your meter, although they will offer reasonable payment plans to help you manage that unexpected cost. Now, what's really interesting about this next point is how serious it is. This is a crucial warning regarding service disconnections. If your water is shut off in Nevada, do not, under any circumstances, attempt to turn it back on yourself. This is known as self-help. If a customer or owner illegally restores terminated service, they will be slapped with a minimum fine of $150 plus the cost of any damages. Furthermore, tampering with district-owned property is literally considered a federal offense. No way you want to mess with that. Always go through the proper payment channels to restore your service.
Finally, Section 6, Key Takeaways and Disclaimer.
We have covered a lot of ground today, navigating 2 entirely different municipal frameworks that just happen to share the exact same city name. Let's quickly summarize those critical steps. The absolute fundamental takeaway to remember is making sure you are in the correct digital environment. If you're in Texas, you want Mesquite Pay, and you're going to need that 15-digit code from your bill, split into a 9-digit account and a 6-digit customer ID. If you're in Nevada, you're heading to Castle Community Connect, and you only need your account number and your registered last name to link your profile.
And of course, just a quick disclaimer before we go, while this explainer serves as a comprehensive guide based on current public data, we all know utility policies, fees, and digital portal structures can and do evolve over time. Always make sure to double-check your official utility websites, either the City of Mesquite or the Virgin Valley Water District, or just contact their customer service directly for the absolute most current processes and fee schedules.
So we'll leave you with this question to think about. Which digital convenience is going to save you the most time and money this month? Are you finally going to bite the bullet and set up AutoPay, or maybe start using Apple Pay for your utilities? Take some immediate action today to streamline your life, and definitely let us know about your setup experiences or any tricky challenges you overcame down in the comments. Thanks so much for joining us on this explainer, and we will catch you next time.